Hey guys, Richard here with CRG Games, and I've got another commander deck for you. So this is Yuriko, the Tiger's Shadow, and this is actually another one of my buddy's decks, and we're going to go over it real quick and kind of show you how this thing works. And this is quite strong, and it's really not that expensive. So this deck is running from about $240 to $324, depending on the price of the cards that you find, whether LP or near mint, and so on and so forth. So we're going to say about 280 bucks. Before I show you this, though, I do just want to address the fact that I have unlisted the deal videos that I previously done. The reason being is because I showed Amazon web pages in the videos, my affiliate account got deactivated, and essentially I got banned from it. However, I've appealed. I called Amazon and got clarification, what I can and what I can't do. And I can't show Amazon web pages. So I took all those down because they show Amazon web pages, and I emailed them and said, hey, can you take a second look? So they're going to do that. Once that gets back up and running, I will do the deal videos again, and I will include Amazon deals, but I can't show you the web pages. So I'll show you the product, probably on WotC's page or something like that. And I will have the links in the description, but I cannot show Amazon pages. I'm not a lawyer. Of course, I don't know about all this kind of stuff, but now I do. So going forward, that is how those will work. But let's get into it. So what Yuriko says is she has Commander Ninjutsu. So you can pay a blue and a black and return an unblocked attacker you control to hand and put this card onto the battlefield from your hand from the command zone, tapped and attacking. So what that means is your cost for this card to play it should only ever be 2 mana. There really isn't a reason to hard cast it. Even if Yuriko dies, you can still Commander Ninjutsu it back in for 2 mana, and then gets around commander tax. Now, her second ability, whenever a creature you control deals combat damage, whenever a ninja you control deals combat damage to a player, reveal the top card of your library and put that card into your hand. Each opponent loses life equal to that card's converted mana cost. So that is the heavy hitting part of this deck that I found playing against it. When you flip that top card, if it has a high CMC, you're going to be losing life. So let's take a look at some of the cards that are in this deck. We'll start with creatures, and these are all the creatures in the deck that have ninjutsu. So we've got Mistblade Shinobi, Moon Snare Specialist, Fallen Shinobi, and a lot of these were printed not too long ago. Of course, there's some of the Betrayers of Kamigawa, ninjas as well. We've got a Modern Horizons 1 Mist Syndicate Naga, Ink Eyes Servant of Oni. This is one of the more expensive ninjas in this deck, and it does double duty, being able to attack with it, but also if you were to flip this card, it deals 6 damage to your opponents. And whenever Ink Eyes Servant of Oni deals combat damage to a player, you may put target creature from that player's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. So it's got a lot of additional value there. Plus, you can regenerate it for 2, which is very strong. So we've got Nashi, Moon Sage's Scion. This is from Neon Dynasty. We got Thousand Face Shadow, also from Neon Dynasty. Prosperous Thief, Moonblade Shinobi, Satoru Umezawa. This is actually the Buy a Box promo from Neon Dynasty. And this is very cool because whenever you activate a ninjutsu ability, you get to look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. This ability triggers once each turn. So you can activate ninjutsu abilities all the time with this deck because you've got so many of them, and a lot of them are really cheap. In this case, this one only cost 1. So this is something that's very nice that you can get to use, and each creature card in your hand has ninjutsu. That's also important because of the creatures in this deck that don't have ninjutsu. Specifically, one of the big ones, Blightsteel Colossus. So you could potentially ninjutsu and Blightsteel Colossus, and we'll take a look at that. You've got Ingenious Infiltrator, Moon Circuit Hacker, Biting Palm Ninja, Silver Fur. You'll notice a lot of these are actually from Neon Dynasty. There's a great selection of ninjas from Neon Dynasty, and if you're looking to build this deck, you can get most of the cards from for the deck from that set. You got Higure, the Steel Wind, Throat Slitter, Skull Snatcher, Silent Blade Oni, and Okiba Gang Shinobi. So those are our ninjutsu creatures. Let's look at the other creatures we've got here. We've got Varigoth Bloodsire. This is the showcase from Kaldheim. Then we've got Grazilax, Moth Dust Changeling. And changelings are important because it's every creature type at all times. So this counts as a ninja. Changeling Outcast. And one of the other important things you'll see are things that can't be blocked. You want to get the little creatures across. That way you can ninjutsu in Yuriko. Got Merfolk Wind Robber, Murderous Rider. Then you got Blightsteel. So this is one of those things that you can ninjutsu in with Satoru Umezawa. And because it's an 11/11, if you were to hit somebody with this, they will lose the game because they will have more than 10 infect counters. So that will cause them to lose the game. Or if you flip this card, it's going to deal 12 damage to your opponents, which is very hard on the whole life total. Then you got Notion Thief, which is great because it has Flash. Shadow of Mortality. Again, this is for the flip, having 15 CMC. Then you've got Triton Shorestalker, it can't be blocked. Hope of Giriper. Invisible Stalker, again, can't be blocked. Gadul Lurker, can't be blocked. Tormented Soul, again, can't be blocked. Like a lot of little creatures in here that can't be blocked. They're going to allow you to ninjutsu in Yuriko and flip that top card and potentially do a lot of damage. Then you got Spectral Sailor, Dimir Infiltrator, Mistcloak Herald. It's from Rivals of Ixalan. This is a lot of these cards also come from Zendikar Commander, the blue-black one. There's a lot of great cards in that commander deck, so it would be beneficial to pick that up as well. Slitherblade, Network Disruptor. Then you got Tetsuko Umezawa Fugitive, Alora Merry Thief, Thieving Skydiver, and a Ginger Brute. It's a really great card you can get out for 1 mana with haste on the first turn and start doing some damage, and then you can just play 1 and make it unblockable. So great card in there. Now let's look at the instances, or instance. I always say instances. I know that's incorrect, but it's just a habit for some reason. So you want to have a little bit of interaction. In this case, we've got Price of Fame. This is a removal spell. A counter spell you always need. Brainstorm will allow you to make sure that once you go to attack, before damage is dealt, you want to respond in the declaration of blocks step. So what you would do is play this, draw 3 cards, put 2 cards from your hand atop your library in any order. That way you can make sure that you're putting the higher CMC card on top, so when you flip it, it's going to do more damage. Then you've got Aetherize, Narset's Reversal, and Dig Through Time. And again, that goes back to putting things on top in any order. So in here, we've got the artifacts. We've got Maskwood Nexus. That's going to make everything a ninja. Sensei's Divining Top. This will allow you to, again, put what you need on top of your library. Bolus's Citadel. This will allow you to do, a couple different things, of course, in here. But it's also got the dual nature here of having a 6 CMC. So that'll deal 6 damage if it gets flipped. Then you've got Arcane Signet. Your Mana Rocks, Thought Vessel, Dimir Signet, Scroll Rack, Mind Stone, and Soul Ring. In our enchantment section, we've only got 2. Conspiracy. So this is pretty cool. It's from Mercadian Masks, and it says choose a creature type when it comes into play, which in this case you're going to do ninjas. Creatures you control and creature cards in your graveyard, hand, and library are of the chosen type. And again, that's going to help you with ninjutsu. Then you've got Sword Coast Sailor. Commander creatures you own have whenever this creature attacks a player, if no opponent has more life than that player, this creature can't be blocked. And again, this is to get things through to the opponents and allow you to ninjutsu in Yuriko. Then, in our sorceries, we've got Preordain, which is going to allow you to scry, which again is important. Treasure Cruise, Delve, draw 3 cards. Seagate Restoration, again, this is going to be for draw as well. And it's got the benefit of having a land on the other side that you can pay, I believe it's life. Let's just double check that. If I remember right, you can pay 3 life and have it come in untapped. That is the case. Pay 3 life and it can come in untapped. We'll put that back in there. That is from Zendikar Rising. And then we've got Temporal Mastery. If you are able to cast this for its miracle cost, it only costs 2 and allows you to take an extra turn. And then you've got Part the Water Veil again for an extra turn after this one. And then we'll take a look at the lands real quick. So we've got Myriad Landscape, Exotic Orchard. We've only got, you know, not a ton of non-basic lands in here. You've got Command Tower, Reliquary Tower. So Yuriko allows you to refill your hand a good bit. So what you want to make sure you're having is no maximum hand size, and that's why this is in here in Thought Vessel as well. Opal Palace, Rogue's Passage, of course, because you need to make things unblockable. Shipwreck Marsh, Dimir Aqueduct, and then we've got 12 swamps and 13 islands. And you'll notice all these islands are the same because this is, as my buddy calls it, the ocean's butthole. So, yeah, there's a whole bunch of those in there. So that is Yuriko the Tiger Shadow. That's essentially how you want to play her. You've got a few big CMC things in there, and you've got things to stack your deck. So when she does deal damage, or a ninja you control deals combat damage to a player, you flip that top card, and it's going to deal damage to each opponent. Well, I'm sorry, it's not going to deal damage. Each opponent will lose life equal to the card's converted mana cost. So there's a difference between losing life and dealing damage. But this is a very strong deck. It's not super expensive to build, and you can even cut some stuff out of here and still make it very competent. So I would encourage pretty much everybody to try building Yuriko. If you want to build a nice competitive deck on a budget, this is something that you can definitely pick up and put together for a couple $100, and you may already have a lot of these cards at home already. So I hope you guys enjoyed. There will be more decks coming out in the future. I don't know exactly which ones. Probably going to be a Hazazon deck. That'll be pretty neat. I got another buddy that is building that, and we'll take a look at that when he's done. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you found this helpful, I would very much appreciate if you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And until next time, I'll catch you later.